Welcome to Capture Culture, where worlds collide, creatives thrive, and the beat never dies. We're your hosts. That's Adam.
Awkward. Hello.
I'm Alex, coming fresh with a mic check and thanking you for the time you're about to invest.
What's going
Adam,
on?
how you doing, bro? Awkward hello? Why was an awkward hello?
Well, somebody told me that all greetings shouldn't be awkward. They should be warm, and I just wanted to come, with the.
But then
the
you came with
counterculture.
awkward.
Yeah, I wanted to come
with
against the grain. That's the way I am, and you said in the last episode, I live my life the way I live my life, like Britney Spears.
There you go.
That was
like
my Britney Spears moment,
So you want to keep people on their toes right off the bat when you say hello.
Toxic.
I think goodbyes are more awkward. I think it's more awkward to say goodbye than it is to say hello.
You know what's really toxic though? Not saying goodbye and just leaving.
Ghosting?
No, the Irish goodbye. Ghosting is like you just disappear. But the Irish goodbye, like, yo, I don't have to say goodbye to you. I'll just see you later. That's kind of a baller move, I think.
I think we all have the homies that do that at parties where you're just like, where the fuck did he go? He just left? You're like, he didn't even say goodbye.
They're kind of mythical. I think you are one of those. You are.
I've done it on occasion.
I've
done it on certain occasions. When there's a lot of mayhem going around, generally is when I would do it. But when there's more focus, it's a focused group.
Right.
I won't just bounce out on a group without saying bye. But if we're like all out somewhere and things are just going crazy and everyone's kind of doing their own thing, I'll just dip if I need a dip.
I feel like we've been at a bar or two where I turn around and like there's no Alex to be seen, and
you're probably mingling with the ladies and wilding out and doing your thing, and my boy more often than not succeeds. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna see Adam. Tonight he's probably going home with something tonight.
Those are my younger days, man. Those are the younger days,
Can we shout out me actually, giving you a compliment?
Well, thank you. That's the first time on the entire show, dude. I think the first time you've ever given me a compliment. Thank you. I'll take it graciously. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Most of the time, you're a dirty, rotten scoundrel. So I just
All right. Well, my mom listens to this, Mom. So
you're not rotten. You're not rotten.
Just a dirty scoundrel. just a dirty scoundrel. All right.
Dirty scoundrel.
Yeah.
Speaking of dirty scoundrels, Jonah Hill in the news today.
Jonah Hill, by the way, looking like grown up, like Jonah Hill has grown up, looking fresh to death with the blonde hair, like all long. He got the blonde beard.
Glowed up from when we saw him.
Exactly. He got the. Is that a pirate ship on his chest? That's baller, man. He's got gold chains. Like he's
man. As a self-identified fat boy, I like it when a former fat boy can glow up.
Yes, glow up is a good way to say it. He did glow up, from his super bad days.
But sadly though, his name right now, it's in the news, and I'm not here to say what's the truth, what's not. He's being accused of kissing an underage girl at 16, a child actress. Well, I know it doesn't hit right?
Purely speculation.
You like get accused.
Purely speculation.
Speculation,
allegations, hearsay.
For now, hearsay. I'm talking about this now. We'll see. I guess what comes up in the future.
It's the court of public opinion, right? And I guess that doesn't really count, but it does because we're talking about it. And we just said Jonah Hill kissed a 16-year-old, or accused. But at the same time, people don't hear that part, right? More. But
the main story, I guess, right now is the text messages, right, from his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
What's her name? Sarah Brady? Is it Sarah Brady?
Yeah.
His ex-girlfriend.
From a while back, right? His ex-girlfriend.
She really, like from a year ago, not a while back. Well, I wouldn't say it's a while back. Right? I would say.
Why is she bringing it up now? Why is it coming up now?
That is a question. So that's kind of where I'm at a dilemma. With a lot of things. Well, the text messages, for one, what's being really tossed around with Jonah Hill right now is misogyny and controlling and narcissistic. These are the things that she accused him of being. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of like taking screenshots, private text messages, and releasing it to the public.
Right.
A year later, months later. I'm with you on that. Like, that's a little sus to me. That's a little sus to me when you come out all this time later. Like, are you clout chasing? But a certain extent, though, it is just spreading light on
what?
misogyny. Because
what did he do?
What he did. Well, first of all, she's like a semi-pro surfboarder.
Right. Okay? Well, now her career is like pro. Now I bet she's getting a bunch of gigs, you know.
Maybe not. But I mentioned that to say he knows about her profession. So if you surf, you know the type of clothes you wear, you know, kind of your posts, what your posts are going to be about. And I bring all that up to say that he had an extreme problem and was trying to control the things she would put out there. He didn't want her to even like put a picture of her in a bathing suit and put that out there.
It was a thong. And I don't think he was controlling her. He said, look, like, you do what you want to do, but I'm not trying to have this around me. You know, like, I don't need this type of energy. And for real, the only thing I think Jonah Hill is being here, like in these messages, is insecure. And
super insecure. He's very insecure.
And that's it. And that's not a crime, dude. That's, you know, that's on him. And he's setting his, I mean, he's using like therapy language, you know, by like saying like setting his boundaries and stuff like that. But I mean, if he's learning that in therapy, then you can't really blame the guy for, you know, setting his boundaries for his own mental health. And the reason why
boundaries.
Well, he set his boundaries as far as like, look,
he's setting her boundaries. He's setting her boundaries.
No. He said, you go do that. Let's read the text message.
But you can't. But he's saying you can't be with me if you go do that.
Right.
And he joined a relationship with her, knowing what she does. So he is trying to control her. He's trying to control the things she posted. He goes, respect. However you want to live your life, you only get one. Sort of done with explaining myself. Yeah. Right. And then she goes, 3 removed, not the videos yet. It is my best surfing video. Would you feel better if the cover frame was different? And he goes, yes, one that isn't one of your ass in a thong. Like controlling, misogynistic.
No, then why is she, wait a minute, then why is she taking shit down? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is she trying to repair?
She's trying to fucking nourish this guy's fragile little ego, his fragile little insecurity, and she's trying to actually.
That's not a crime.
She's actually trying to compromise with him in a way to make the relationship work. But he's controlling and manipulative and wanting to control every aspect of what she posts. He even put, you can't surf with men, bro. She's a surfer. He goes, you can't surf with men. Boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. You can't model. You can't post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit. Mind you, she's a surfer. He goes, you can't post sexual pictures. You can't do friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past. You know what I mean? He goes, I'm not the right partner for you. He understood everything he was getting involved in. And then he's trying to change everything about her.
Maybe this is just his creative way of trying to break up with a chick that he didn't want to be with anymore. You know, maybe he was just trying to break up with her because at this point I'd be done with her too. You know, if I had a list of shit to be like, look, this, and this, I'm done already. Like, I'm just looking for a reason to get out. And this is my reason. You can't deal with me, so I can't deal with you. And that's how, honestly, I think he is. Like, yeah, he's being a little insecure. He met her as a surfer. She's posting pictures on Instagram, whatever. But all these girls do that, you know. So it's not, to me, it's
and he's trying. It's super insecure and trying to control her.
He's not
getting in a relationship with someone that you know what they do, and then you're gonna say you can't be with me if you post this, and that. He is totally trying to control her, and he is totally insecure, and he is misogynistic.
Misogynistic is such a heavy word for somebody who I don't think he did anything. Like, he's being like, look, all respect to you. Like, I'm not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic partnership. I don't see anything wrong with him. Like, he's just being communicative and telling you, like, look, this is what's bugging me.
Because it's not. It's saying that what he needs and what he wants are the most important, and it's priority, and that she needs to appease him, not the other way around. A romantic partnership, what is this, like a fucking transaction? He's looking at this at transactional and whatnot, and that's not what it is. That's not what it is. You got to compromise in a relationship, and he shows here that there is absolutely no compromise, and he's showing all his little insecurities and his broken, fragile little ego.
I think he was giving her unmeetable ultimatum, an ultimatum that she couldn't meet. And, you know, I really just think he wanted to break up with the girl, you know, and
but then he continues to text her, and that's not the case, because you read all these text messages like, I'm here for you. I've been such a considerate friend. I've been there for you financially. We sexted. They were sexting. So
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with any of that, bro? Like, I don't understand like what he did wrong with any.
Because it's all manipulation. To say that a girl can't be with you because of this, that, and that, and then you break up with her, and then you continue to sext her, like he's just using her for his own purposes.
Look, it takes two to sex. It takes two,
and
bro.
What he needs out of it.
Wait a minute. It takes two to sext. First of all, it's not like he like forced her to respond to his sex messages, you know what I'm saying? So she got something out of it as well. And
but then he denies leading her on.
Look,
and blah 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 blah.
Jonah Hill is a child actor, okay? So as far as I know, like he grew up in Hollywood, and he grew up with a lot of I guess females, right? For Jonah Hill might have been a challenge, you know, because of where he grew up and kind of the way he looked as a younger kid. And I could totally understand why he's sensitive about his romantic partnerships today. And number 5, why is it being brought up now? You know, like why now?
I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that either. I don't like how she's pretty much divulging all these private text messages. And he does say that. He says that in a text thread. He's like, you're sending me a screenshot of what I said. He's like, that's a trigger. Mm-hmm. That's a violation of my trust.
Right.
But she actually just sent him a screenshot to say like, hey, you said you weren't sexting me, but you were just sexting me like a month ago. And look, how you're in this really serious committed relationship with this new woman of his, yet you're sexting me like a month ago.
She claims that the reason why she's putting this out is because of her mental health, you know, which I think is a cop-out nowadays that a lot of people use, you know, to claim like, oh, I'm doing it for my mental health.
She's doing it to show women what controlling men can be like or whatnot, and what are flags. Of course you don't think that, but here's the thing, dude. Here's something with you. You are a misogynist yourself.
This motherfucker right now. Jesus Christ, dude. Look,
you are. We've talked about it in the cyberwave. We've talked about your view on women.
Look, you bring up the episode. You just tell everyone that cyberwave. We could go back and listen to that episode if you want. You know, you could hear about how Adam's a misogynist and how he hates women, right? Is that what you're saying? Like,
you don't hate women, but here's the thing. I think with a lot of men,
I love women, dude. I love women.
See, I'm glad you just said you love women, because here's the thing, Adam. You lust for women. You confuse lusting for women for loving women.
Okay.
How
about this? I have a great appreciation.
A lot of men.
I have a great appreciation, but I do.
You look at them as sex objects. It's always sexual, 100% nothing but sex for you. And you call them bitches all the time, naturally. Man. You always call women bitches naturally. So I bring up that to say your own perspective on this matter is like, that's why you don't see it from another perspective.
All right. Well, let's agree to disagree, because first of all, you know, my language has changed since the cyber wave, right? Since that episode, I feel like I've made an effort to, you know, I acknowledged. Wait a minute. I acknowledged my behavior, and I've made strides towards changing it. Now you coming back and being like, well, you do this and this and this. Well, you know, I did that maybe 6 months ago, but you know, to say that I don't. I mean, look, I love all people, man. Like in general, I believe in respect. I believe in treating people.
That's true. You do.
You know,
sure
like
you do.
Treating people good. Like I feel like I have a good heart, and I'm not ever trying to spread malice. You know, so I think it's unfair for you to say something like that, man. That's just
I don't really think so. Man, because I know you. I know you on a better level, but I also know what you do. The objectification of women exists in your world, bro. It exists within the music also you listen to, within you know, the shit you are involved.
Are you telling me that in your world the objectification of women does not exist?
No, it exists in every world nowadays. So here's another point I want to say about it. Shouldn't be shocking when something comes out with actors and them being misogynistic. Hollywood is built on misogyny. Our whole worlds are built on that. Like, it's a man's world. You hear about it's a man's world.
Right.
This whole world is misogynistic.
Right.
And Hollywood in particular is misogyny, like 100% personified. It's there. It's glaring. From the James Bond, right? James Bond has sex with all these women. They always say no, 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 and then they like conform to his yes. Like, that's a simple little microscope of how men view themselves and view like, oh, every woman wants this. Like,
yeah, James Bond also has like, you know, cars that fly and like little bombs in his pen, and you know what I'm saying? James Bond is not necessarily, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? And
that's why I'm saying Hollywood. It's a Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
And how Hollywood.
But at the same time, it exists everywhere, though. You know,
we are raised in a misogynistic world. That is what I'm saying. So to deny that is like just ignorance. You're ignorant to it if you don't believe that.
I believe it, but for you to, the part that I disagreed with was for you to pinpoint me and be like, well, fuck Jonah Hill. Now let's talk about Adam. Your
well, I used you as an example because you're
why? Why? Why?
Because,
you know, like, why? Like, why use me?
Because we're dissecting the story with Jonah Hill, and you absolutely have no objective view from where the woman's coming from. So that is 100% misogynist, and it's all about the male view and the male aspect.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Let me think about that though.
I know I'm right, and here's why I know I'm right: is because I love having a wife here that I could bounce ideas off of and really get perspective off of. A lot of the times, I'll come in with an argument, and she'll show me the woman aspect of it, and trying to understand how a woman thinks, and being a woman in this world. So that's where I get perspective from. I get help with that to see her aspect. So we argued over the Jonah Hill thing because I'm with you. And why did this girl put out the screenshots? Why is she putting their business out there? Right. And I think that she's trying to make herself look like a victim for sure.
Amber Heard.
And she's trying to put herself on a pedestal. She's like, I didn't release this until after your baby was born because I didn't want to put your girl into any kind of stress while having the baby.
Thank you.
But now that the baby's born, you have to deal with that, and now you have to deal with this shit that I'm unleashing. Right. And it is a little suspect when someone unleashes this, and then now the child actor came out and said he kissed her when she was 16.
Well, I mean, it's just piling on, right? Now, I mean, now it's
piling on.
It's an
But if you're guilty, it should come to light. Now, the thing with the screenshots, these are not accusations. This is fact. And I'm reading his text messages, and this is where I was arguing with Lexus. I'm like, I'm reading his text messages, and it's not like that bad.
It's not.
Like, it's not that inflammatory, like the way he's responding to everything.
Right.
But where Alexis really made me see is the manipulation of the control of taking this down. You can't post this, you can't be that, or you can't be with me at all. There's no compromise. If you really love someone, you compromise and you understand. And that's actually his insecurity. So to blame it on his insecurity and be like, that's a pass, he could treat a woman like this because of his insecurity, that's fucking wrong. When you learn about your insecurity, what you're supposed to do is grow from it, not use it as an excuse to behave the way you do.
Okay. But everyone, he is a human being, right? So
yeah,
the thing is that, okay, maybe if you point out to him like, hey, you're being manipulative and so in these messages, you know, then maybe, you know, maybe he could go internalize that and understand like, oh, okay, maybe this is wrong. But at the same time, the text messages they shouldn't have been shared with public. You know what I'm saying? It's not public. It's not, to me, it's not.
I'd agree with that. I don't like sharing private conversations like that. Yeah. Now, if you're, I don't think it's, and I don't think anything he really said in it is too damning.
Right.
It's just the beginning part is really where and when you get involved with someone who is a surfboarder and she posts pics with her bikini and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Women have the right to express themselves. It's women power. When a guy posts a pic with his shirt off and he's flexing, He wants the same type of attention that a woman does when she posts a pic in a bikini. She just wants to feel wanted. She wants to feel sexual. She wants to feel empowered by her looks and attractiveness. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now, I mean, you got to understand, though, that this is just a snapshot of this relationship that we're getting. And we're not seeing anything that happened beforehand. We're not seeing if you know, when he's saying surfing with men or boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, like maybe there's a reason why he's saying that. Maybe like something happened where some, you know, obviously surfers are, you know, are gonna be sexually active, you know, like, I mean, they're all attractive people.
Obviously
surfers fuck, bro. Surfers fuck. I
look at it in a different way than you think of it. I just look at it as you're gonna be networking with a lot of other surfers, men and women. That's how I look at it.
For him to word it like boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, I mean, you know, like, wouldn't you put that same like stipulation on your wife? Like, you can't have a boundaryless, inappropriate friendship with men. Like, that's like, hey, yeah. Like,
but see, again, you're defending him because what's an inappropriate friendship? Just having a friendship.
Like, if there's no boundaries.
If you're super insecure,
feeling your wife up, or you know, to slapping her ass, or see, you know what I'm saying? Anything without bound. Look, I'm being real though. There's a reason why he said it, because something probably happened. You know, like they're in a relationship. Like, we don't know what happened. There's no context. There's no, like, we don't have the whole story. You know, she's not a saint either. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's
not a saint. Yeah, she's not a saint. I mean, not for releasing all of this stuff. Well, we don't know. But what you like to do is assume. You assume things. Well, so what you're doing is assuming he said that because she has this and that going on. That's what you're assuming.
Because his insecurity came from somewhere.
Surfers are hypersexual.
They are.
So all you're doing is assuming, naturally assuming, which is what insecure people could do in his situation.
Look, his insecure. Look, you're calling me insecure. All of a sudden, I'm Jonah Hill. But
but in his situation, he could have been so insecure that he assumes that she has any kind of friendship with a man, that this is what's going on behind his back.
Or he probably seen something that he didn't like the taste of, and he was like, you know what? That's a boundary for me. That's a nope. I don't want to go there again.
Possibly, but I feel like there would be a direct text message saying, "Hey, you did this and so with a guy."
We don't see those screenshots. We don't see those screenshots, right? Because
Jonah Hill, where are your screenshots? Drop some screenshots of your own, dude.
No, don't. Please, actually, keep this shit, you know, in the pocket.
I think it's shady how she dropped the text and revealed it. Especially, he's a celebrity. She kind of knows what she's doing. I think some of it is definitely clout chasing.
Some of it.
100%.
You know, I mean, wouldn't she be over? Like, wouldn't any other girl just, if this was from a regular dude?
Not necessarily, because if he's sexting her and he has a deep emotional communication with her, which they've kept through this text messages, it's been clear they've kept communication post breakup. If he kept all of that and was sexting, but now all of a sudden he's in a serious relationship with a woman, she has a right to feel a type of way. She's like, wait a minute, me and you were doing this and that, and we're sexting, and you have this deep emotional investment with me, and then now you're. But
does that make him a misogynist?
He's a misogynist for his list of demands to be with him.
Those are not demands.
Those are demands. Those are literally listed demands. He literally said this, and this if you want to be with me.
I think it was a ultimatum that she couldn't meet, and he just wanted to break up with her because
an ultimatum is a demand.
She couldn't surf.
Just in case
she wasn't pro. No. She wasn't a pro surfer, so he's like, you know what? I'm done with you. You know, like, you can't. I mean, look.
Which is misogynist way of thinking, and you even say that with a smile.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking around, and now, like, I'm getting chastised, or I'm getting, you know, I'm on trial now. So you know what?
I mean, yeah, you're not a
misogynist. If I'm a misogynist,
I think since we last had that conversation, man, you have changed a little bit. You've been trying. You at least catch yourself when you say it. Because when I talk to you and you're, I met this bitch last night. I mean, this chick.
First of all, I don't meet females.
I mean, that is how you say it. You always refer to a woman as a bitch first, and then you might correct yourself.
I just said females. I just did. Did I or did I not? Look, I'm tired of this conversation, man. I'm tired of explaining myself. Let's move on.
I didn't.
See.
No, I want to say this. I want to say this though. This is just a way of thinking all over. I don't want to just say it's American, but there is a way of thinking where it's cool for men to put down women, and That's what men do. They call their women bitches behind their back. Not you, Adam. This is not an attack on you.
Right.
I know so many guys that call their women bitches behind their back. My bitch this, my bitch that. And to me, that's like, I feel sorry for that dude. And I actually lose respect. I lose respect for men that call women bitches. I really do. I respect men that hold women up like the queens that they are. We need women in our lives. We're all shit without women. True. Most of you men, you feel like fucking pathetic if you don't have a woman. If you don't have a woman, you feel fucking pathetic. So to put down women, to make yourself,
first of all,
to put down women to make yourself feel better is the most insecure little dick thing you can do.
Okay.
I'm speaking to any man out there.
First of all, for you to say that, to not have a woman, like to, as if you own her, like as if it's a piece of property, or you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
not how I'm saying. That's not how I'm saying. That's you assuming.
You just said that. Let's go back and hear the tape. You said.
Yeah. How do you hear having a woman being a property? It's not property. Okay. You want to know about my thought? My woman is my queen. But the way you said, I love that woman. That's a partnership.
Yeah, I understand.
The way you hear it is different because your perception on things are wrong. Sometimes. Yeah. Because you look at women as a piece of property. I don't look at my woman as a piece of property.
Oh, dude, I wanna.
That's how you naturally assumed I meant that. That's how you naturally assumed I meant that.
No, I knew what you had meant, but I was saying that your wording, like the way you had worded that phrase, was the same shit that you're getting on me for. The way I'm wording what I mean, even if the meaning of what I'm trying to say is a positive thing about females, and I may or may not say bitch, I don't necessarily, when I'm saying bitch, I don't necessarily mean a negative thing. Yeah, okay, make you're all right.
Now you're rambling.
I'm really. I don't want to have this conversation. Let's get back. I don't want to.
No. You wanted to say. I said if you don't have a woman, like a woman is a possession. That's not the case at all. That's not how I meant it.
But I know what you
have. To have a woman is being in a partnership with someone.
Exactly.
It's not an ownership.
Right? I knew what you had meant.
Then why did you say I said
because
it as an ownership?
Because when I say bitch, you know what I mean. But I don't mean it to be calling her. All right.
Yeah, when you call every woman a bitch, it's an indictment of how you look at a woman. Oh.
Got you. Understood.
So what you're saying, Adam, is it's okay to say bitch and just mean woman. When I mean by saying bitch is woman. So
Did I say that? Did I just
that's kind of what that's kind of what you're inferring to.
No.
Because you're saying that when I say bitch.
You know what? You're right. And
in your vocabulary, bitch means woman.
You're
How
right.
is that okay? How is that okay? How is that okay?
Bro.
Tell me.
I said, you're right. I'm working on my behavior. Thank you very much.
I like hearing I'm right. I like hearing I'm right.
You just fucking
because you cut me off. You cut me off when I was trying to say something, man. Look, I say most men that are single or you're lonely, you feel like you're
single or lonely.
Single and lonely.
So if you're single, you're lonely.
I'll put it this way, man. I went to this 4th of July party, dope ass party, and I met two types of guys there. And the guy I made friends with was the guy that lifted his woman up and who was not ashamed to say that she's my queen and that she makes me a better person and that we're building together. That's how I look at my relationship. Alexis is my equal. She is a strong ass woman.
Got you, bro.
She is not my possession. She makes me better. And what I'm saying is most men put down their women behind their backs to other men to try to lift themselves up. And when you do that as a man, you make yourself insignificant and I lose respect for you as a man.
Yeah, you're right.
When you do that, I lose respect for you as a man.
I
met one type of guy who was there with his baby mama, okay? And he's like, she gotta know I could pull up and another bitch will be sucking my dick and she's gonna have to take that. She's gonna have to accept that. Damn. And all my baby mamas, they're gonna have to fucking learn how to get along with each other. Because I'm the fucking man. And they're gonna have to understand that I could get
that's a misogynist, right?
And any bitch, okay? Yeah, exactly.
That's a misogynist.
So that guy I did not make friends with. Literally, I made friends with another guy who was like, man, my woman is my queen. This and that. She lifts me up. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Men, we have to understand, man. we are nothing without a woman.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I'm talking to heteros here. I'm talking to hetero. Okay, we're not going to split hairs with all that. We are nothing without a good woman that backs us up.
Well, thank you.
Like when you're in a partnership, right. Okay, you could be a single man, and it's fine. This is not an attack on you for being a single man, Adam. I'm just saying when men are in relationships, bro, 90% of the guys I know say bitch behind their wife's back. Say bitch when talking about women. Most of the men I know talk about women in this sense. And it's sad, bro. It really is. Because what it is like, I feel like you're almost a little gay because you worry so much. Because you worry so much about what a other man thinks about you that you say all these things to try to seem masculine for another man that you're almost gay.
Yeah.
That you're almost gay. And maybe you're misogynistic.
Who are you talking to right now?
You take that out, not you.
Right. You keep saying, but first of all, what do you think?
I'm talking to the man listener out there that knows that that knows how he speaks about women.
So you're attacking the listeners.
Knows how he speaks about
You're attacking the listeners.
I'm talking to most men out there. Get your fucking act together. Because when I meet these women, so many times when I was in the dating world, they'd be like, "Yo, you're a good dude. There are no good dudes out there." And that's honestly sad, bro. That's sad that most women think that there's no good dudes out there. And when they find a good dude, they're like, you better hold on to him because there's few and far between. So most of this world is made up of corrupted fucking men. That's who I'm talking to. Treat your woman right. My dad always taught me that, to treat your woman right. Treat her with class, respect. If you treat a woman like a bitch, she's going to act like a bitch. And she's going to give you that side of her.
What do you think? What do you think?
That's what I'm thinking. So this whole Jonah Hill thing is what I said, is Hollywood is misogynistic. It shouldn't be surprising if an actor comes out as narcissistic and misogynistic.
What do you think women speak about when they're behind men's back? Like, do you think women go behind their man's back and, maybe say some shit about, that shouldn't be spoken of, or you think, women speak out of their relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like out of the trust, you know what I'm saying? Like betraying the trust with their friends, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think women do that?
Maybe not. I think women like to stand behind their man. A woman doesn't want to be with a man that she's going to talk shit about, for the most part. Most women. I'm not going to generalize all of this and say that this is 100%, right. But most women want to be like, that's my man. That's who I'm standing behind. Right? Like, most men say that about their women, but based on their looks. They don't even start with all the other stuff. And if you're trying to deny that we live in a world that thinks like that, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself, because the popular opinion and most men try to be machismo. They try to be all tough.
Yeah.
They try to act like they don't need a woman to be who they are.
Right. Well, fuck Jonah Hill, dude. Like, fuck Jonah Hill. He's a misogynist. Fuck him. Fuck him. He's a manipulator. He's a piece of shit. Fuck Jonah Hill. Fuck Jonah Hill. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be talking to your woman like that, God. You should lift her up, God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
lift your woman up, God. She's your queen, God.
Yo, any successful partnership is a man's gonna treat a woman like that, and the woman's gonna treat a man like that.
Yeah,
and that's not gonna say there's not gonna be that's not gonna be like bumps in the road. You're not gonna have arguments. You're not gonna lash out on each other from time to time.
Unfortunately, not all of us are as lucky as you and Alexis, bro. So,
but you can be if you treat your woman correctly.
All right.
Now, this is not directly at you.
I understand you said that 8 times, but.
Well, you've had me clarify 8 times.
No, not once. I'm trying to move on. But let me just give you an example, right? Like, you remember when I went out with Tara, right?
Okay.
Right? You remember that? How would you say I treated that girl?
If you want my honest opinion.
No.
Right?
Wait a minute.
No, here it is.
Did I lift her up or did I break her down?
If you want my honest opinion, Adam.
Did I lift her up or did I break her down?
You lifted her up because of how she looks.
Bro.
You asked me my opinion, and that's my outside. That's my outside opinion.
Yeah.
That's my outside opinion of it. My outside opinion of it is that you were so hooked on her because of how she looked. In your mind, she was
That's
hot. And that's why.
Yeah,
and most men do that. Most men do that. Most men will let hot women treat them like shit because they are hot. Okay, if you don't know what your own personal value is.
Right, but that's not the point I was trying to make. Okay. The point I was trying to make was I, when I thought I wanted to partner up with somebody, you know, I did everything in my power to, you know, build that person up. And that's it, man. I'm just trying to defend myself because I feel like you know, like your whole tirade was.
It's not solely directed at you, but you are.
You know, like come on, like it is.
But because I'm talking from what I'm talking about from what I've seen in your previous relationships, you bring Tara up as like this one woman that I treated really good.
No,
I'm not saying you treated only one woman really good.
Yeah, no, I've done that many times, but I'm just giving you an example that you've seen with your firsthand, you've seen it with your own eyes. But
my critique of you, and I think this is where you're getting better, is your natural way of thinking women and bitch are like it's the same word. You know, we've talked about this in the past. Like I want you as my brother, bro, to have a very happy relationship with someone and a very healthy relationship.
I don't need that relationship if it means that I have to settle for, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be happy. I don't necessarily feel like I need to be with a partner or I got my fucking dog and that's all I really need. You know, that's the only codependent relationship I really feel like, you know, it's important to me right now.
But that's cap.
It's not, man. I cry like a little baby for this fucking dog.
Bro, you just told me the other day that it feels good to maybe get excited about a woman again.
Yeah, and I fucking was let down like a motherfucker, dog. Like I was.
So I'm only bringing that up to say that good. Like what you're saying is cap. What you're saying is cap. You want to be in a healthy relationship.
Of course, but I'm not looking for it.
That doesn't mean it's a cookie cutter relationship. I'm just saying you want to be in a healthy relationship. Yeah. So for me, my advice always was to you: if you're gonna be in a healthy relationship, treat a woman with respect. And if you can't treat her with respect, then that's not the woman you're supposed to be.
I've never ever stepped to a girl and been like, "Hey, yo, bitch, let me get in your panties, girl. Fucking drop them panties to the ground, you dumb bitch. Let me get in your fucking mouth. Yeah." Yeah.
You've never stepped to a girl like that?
Never. Bro, you think that works? I mean, maybe. But
I think maybe you have, maybe in a certain setting you have, but
correct. But you know, like never like off the bat, just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Never, man. Never with anybody. No,
never off the bat disrespectful.
You know, like man or woman doesn't. You know, I don't treat people like that. So
I don't think you're a disrespectful person, man. I don't think you're a hateful person. Where I lumped you in is with like a lot of other men that have this idea of machismo and how you have to be and how we look at her.
Baby daddy guy.
Well, and like my bitch, woman is my bitch. Like that word might seem small, but it is actually a really big word, dude. And you know, I love hip hop, but that is one thing about hip hop that I cannot condone and that I don't get behind. Like I really don't.
You're really gonna die on this hill, right, bro? Like you really want to stay on this hill. Like this is the I don't want to talk about bitch anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really saying it. You know, I'm not saying it. I'm working on my behavior, bro.
What's my favorite word?
I'm working on my behavior. I said my favorite. What's your favorite word actually? What's your favorite? Bitch, that key and pew,
yeah.
Like, I said, bitch. But that's the thing. I feel like men are afraid of their women, right? Like
that's a great skit to show how another man is just trying to seem hard in front of another man by calling a woman bitch. And my whole tirade is for a man to put down a woman to feel better about themselves. That's really what it comes down to. That says a lot about you as a man. Like you shouldn't have to do that to feel better as a man. And that's it, man. I respect men who respect their women.
Yeah.
So when a guy comes to me and my bitch, and he thinks he's cool in my eyes, I just want it to be known. I want this to be documented that you're a fucking fool.
Cool.
You ain't cool. You're a fool. All right, and we can move on from that. It wasn't meant to be an attack on you. It was just
for the 10th time now. I get it, dog. Like I'm working on my behavior. I'm working on my language and my phrasing. Okay.
I just want to say to Alexis listening out there, you know, I love. No. I want to say thanks. It's great to have a strong woman that gives you perspective on things. Like that really is what it's about. Like,
yeah.
There's there's man and women in this world, man, and we think differently. And I think it's a beautiful thing when we both try to understand the other's thought process and dynamic.
Well, I appreciate the trickle down knowledge I get from fuck Jonah Hill. He's a misogynist. Shouldn't be treating girls like that.
Yo, but I am with you. Like, she shouldn't be sending out texts and all that shit. Like, and the way he's speaking to her isn't really that bad. I'm not saying Jonah Hill is this really, really bad dude.
I don't think he wrote that text with the intention of manipulation. I think he just wanted to fix the feelings that he felt. Like, he just wanted to fix whatever ill feelings inside that he was trying to fix that, and by sending a text message like that. And I think, like, people don't think in the terms of, like, oh, I'm gonna manipulate this person into fucking doing this or doing that or blah blah blah. I think he's just trying
a little bit. I mean, I don't know, a little bit, man. When you go to therapy and you find out your insecurities, you don't use that to your advantage. You're supposed to actually work on it, right? So if you know you're insecure, it doesn't give you a pass to just continue acting insecure. You should work on it. But you know who's not insecure? Let's change it up. Who's not insecure is Adam 22. Adam 22 is not insecure, right? He lets his fiance, or are they married yet? Lena the Plug?
Yeah, it's his partner, right? Doesn't matter. This is his partner, his wife.
Well, it does matter. It does matter.
Well, his kid's the mother of his child. The mother of his child, right? So that, I mean, beyond marriage,
right?
The mother of his
child. They're in the news because she fucked like this big black guy on camera. Now, I'm not sure if this is the first time she's fucked another guy on camera, or it's just the first time in a long time.
It's the first time that I believe it's the first time that she's been with another male, since they've been together,
right?
And number one, like, I guess it's, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, Adam 22 is doing his thing. First of all,
right.
I think it's a master plan as far as, like, a lot of the bad press that was coming out with Adam 22. He had those allegations with the minor. He had the people.
Did he?
Oh yeah, you didn't know about this. He had so back in the day, he had a blog that he used to write. He started off on a blog, and there was a girl that he wrote about. She was 16 or 14. She was 14, and he went to go meet her, and he wrote in the blog pretty much. He wrote like, oh, if he quote like, if something being with her was wrong, then I don't want to be right. Or if being with her was wrong, then I don't want to be right. Something like that, pretty much.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and underage girl.
And he wrote this blog himself, released it back in the day, MySpace days.
Skeezy.
And then, he had the backlash with all the staff leaving No Jumper podcast, and him actually having like these white nationalists on and making like jokes about slaves and stuff like that. And that's what caused, the people to, get upset, with a show because they're all black. And they're leaving, doing their own show and picking up a lot of steam in his shows. And, pretty much he had a lot of bad things going on. And then he blew all that shit out and everyone forgot about all of it because now Lena the Plug is fucking somebody else. Who cares? She's a porn star. That's her, it's her fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck cares?
It's cool that you told me all that whole backstory, because really when I look at this story, I'm just like, they're just doing whatever it takes to make money and monetize it. She is a porn star. Like, what is the big deal? To me, it's just kind of like whatever. Like, this story to me is like, I don't really give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about their relationship. I don't think what they're doing is wrong or not wrong.
People want to call him a cuck, but yeah, I mean, it's better to be a cuck than a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he could be both. I mean, when you tell me his backstory, though, that is pretty bad. And then when you combine it with like the way he's making his money right now,
well, no one's talking about the backstory because it's like he's trying to wash it out with this big splash of like, hey guys, I'm a cuck and my wife's fucking this dude.
Which he did. Which like it's been successful.
You know how many girls he fucks, dude? Like, you know how many like he's.
Well, yeah, they have the Plug Talk. They have Plug Talk where they interview podcasters or they interview porn stars together and then they fuck them.
Yeah,
which is a great concept. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like it's dude's making us money, you know. Dude's smart. He's my age. He's 39 years old. His name's Adam. And
so let's I just want to use a hypothetical for you. Let's just say you're with Tara. You guys are together. You guys are together. Hold on. Look. No.
You're stressing me out, bro. Jeez. All right, go ahead. Ask a question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I got a question. What amount of money would you take to let your woman fuck another man? On camera.
Well, it would be I guess the right to go ahead and sell that footage, right? And but to get paid, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not my money to take. It's her money. You know what I'm saying? That's not my money. That's her money. You know, if she's gonna fuck someone on camera, that's her decision.
I guess I'll flip it to me. I'll flip it to me because I'm married. Is there an amount of money that I would accept to let Alexis fuck another man on camera? And the answer is no. The answer is no, bro.
Someone offered you $500,000.
No. Because what that is I'm taking money over our relationship. Because that's not what our relationship is.
Solve all your
that's
problems.
Me. No, I wouldn't.
No, both.
I wouldn't. Because I gotta live with that for the rest of my life, and I gotta live with the image of another man with my woman. Like, we don't live that lifestyle. To the people who live that lifestyle, that's fine. Right. I'm not condemning that. Like, there's swingers out there that are totally cool with that, and that's awesome. That is not the dynamic of our relationship. Like, our relationship.
So that's a boundary.
That's a boundary. Yeah, you're not gonna fuck other people. That's definitely a boundary in our relationship. But we are married as well. I mean, most relationships take that turn. That's where people, you know, there's always that discussion of monogamy and all that stuff. But your typical relationship is a monogamous relationship. Okay. Typical. I would say typical.
Well, typical would be a monogamous relationship where, you know, one or the other is cheating. Right.
You know, and sadly, in today's day and age, I mean, that happens a lot. You know, we brought up Ashley Madison the last episode is because there are people that have affairs.
I mean, if you think
all kinds of things.
If you think, you know, people aren't out there being shady, I mean,
they are.
You know, so
all the time.
That's more typical than not. You know, so.
But to circle back, like, I wouldn't take any amount of money because if I take the money, then the relationship is done.
$2 million.
So then what? So then really, what the question is would you
taxes.
Would you take $2 million?
One for you, one for her. $1 million for you, one for her. You could have babies. You could buy a house. You could quit your jobs. You could, you know, follow your dreams. You know,
my dream was to be with a woman. Hold on, my dream was to be with a woman that I love and that loves me back. So that dream came true. So for me, there's no amount of money that I would want to take that away from me.
What if it was a couple, and they were like, "Well, we'll give you $2 million to swing with both. We'll swing with both you guys." Now, what about that?
Well, if we're both down and we're both in,
see, that's a different story, right? All right. Well, then I guess.
Well, that goes to again to this. Like, I don't know. It is a different story. I just I wouldn't pick money over my relationship.
Right. But no, I mean, but at the same time,
because I don't take it for granted. It's very hard to find. It's very hard to find your person. It's even harder to make it work with your person. Like, that's not a promised thing to everybody, you know. So I wouldn't
rub it in our faces as much, you know. Saying like, don't, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that,
sorry, I ain't trying to rub it in.
You know, you keep saying like, oh, my person's so good. You know, it's like, bro,
she is.
I get it. We get it. I love Alexis. She's a great person. And you guys are both actually very lucky.
You know, man, when you have the money, you see a lot of people with money, they don't have who they love, right? They can't find someone honest about who they love too, because they don't know if it's for the money or whatever. You see a lot of people that are lonely, and money doesn't solve all your problems. Money doesn't solve all your problems. Rich people commit suicide all the time. More money, more problems.
I really beg to differ. I feel like rich people have done a great job of convincing poor people that money doesn't make you happy. But nobody rich is giving away their money. You know what I'm saying? Nobody rich is giving all their money away. I mean, they hold on pretty tight.
Not all their money away. But I guess, I mean, really, it's if it comes down to money or love, is that the question? Money or love? You could have both. It's not impossible to have both. But if I had to pick one or the other,
for the love of the money,
I'm gonna pick love. I love love more than I love money.
I feel like love doesn't really exist other like the way romantically. I feel like there's love between people. There's love like I love you, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my brothers, I love my dog, I love my cousins, I love, I love a lot of people, and for me to like put the pressure of this like soulmate type fucking relationship on anybody is unrealistic for me, especially at my age. I'm trying to be like, oh, we're soulmates. That's not cutting it. So I don't know. To me, what does exist is money. Sad. No, I mean it's true though, right? I mean,
it's not true. It's not true. There are a lot of happily married people out there. There are a lot of happily unmarried people that are just with their person. They don't believe in marriage. So there's a lot of couples out there that are together that are perfectly happy and feel like they met their soulmate. And I feel like that is true.
And there's a lot of true crime.
I feel like the people that don't feel it feel like it doesn't exist because you don't have it.
There's also
maybe you've never experienced
a lot of true crime documentaries out there too, where people are killing their wives and families over nothing. Over wanting to get a piece of ass. So, I feel like, man, there's a wide spectrum of things, and when you're blessed, you're blessed, and when you're not, I mean, you just trying to find that blessing. So,
yeah, maybe, but it doesn't sound like you're trying to find it. It sounds like you don't believe in it.
So what?
I
mean, I've lived.
You're allowed that.
Yeah. So what, bro? If I don't believe in it, then all the more reason for me to be surprised and happy and moved when it pops me in the ass if it ever does. So
exactly, yeah. Life will always surprise you, and I hope that's a surprise that comes your way, my brother, for sure. Whether it does or doesn't, I don't know.
But some people were looking for relationships out here. It's a little bit hard. Like this one kid in the Jaw shirt. He's out here looking for relationships door to door. And I don't know if you've seen this video on TikTok, man, but it's the sweetest kid on the planet.
Yeah.
But he's knocking door to door. Maybe I should do that, knock door to door, and ask for my soulmate. Be like, hey, you got any girls in here? You got any bitches in here? Knock, knock. Hey, you got any bitches in here? Right. But anyway.
Yeah, just keep swiping right. That's all.
No, I hate apps.
No, we're all good. We're good. We're good, man. I didn't want to bring up the kid. That is a good story.
It's fine. It's fine. No,
we could save that. We could say it almost was a good transition, but I feel like we hit our length. It was.
We did hit our length. We hit our length.
So yes. we're gonna cut this part out.
No. Let's keep this.
No. Okay. No. We'll clean it up. And then we'll just save that kid for later.
No, but all right. I like the bitches part. I like that joke. But anyway, let's sign off then.
Signing off. All right. Well. Another interesting episode, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't know necessarily where to take it.
Misogyny, and hopefully, this time next year, you won't be calling me a misogynist, and we will be.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because that hurts, man. Like of all things, a misogynist. That's not too far off from some other serious,
I think most men. I think most men are. So it's not a big flaw on you, if in fact you are one or not.
You don't think
you
know
what I mean? I think we all are, and I think I'm working on it. And I think my wife again gives me perspective on things that I didn't think were, but are. And I always had an abstract view of women and love and my queen, but
my queen.
But that I always had that in my head.
Does she call you her king?
Yeah, for sure.
She does?
Yeah.
And is Kendrick your prince?
Kendrick is my prince. And Aaliyah is my princess.
Oh, that's adorable, sir. And yeah, lovely.
I know. Keep the love loving. That love is loving in this household.
Yeah, keep the money running.
Amen. Yeah. And then stay blessed at your best. And with a solid flex, we out.
Awkward goodbye.
Way to tie that in.
It's all about